welcome back to the new and improved The Legal Vibe. And I'm your mentor Pari Luthra, back with yet another video. And it's a very requested video. You guys have flooded my comments and DMs with the question how to analyze mocks. And I understand it's really important as there are hardly 3 months left. We should be very diligent with our preparation with solving mocks and analyzing those mocks. First things first, how important is it to give a mock and to analyze it? Firstly, both these things go hand in hand. They are as important as each other and they complement each other. Without one part, the other part is rendered useless. Firstly, if you just give mocks, don't analyze them, there's no point. And बिना दिए analyze करने का तो anyways, does not make sense. Basically, when you sit for a mock, it is for self-assessment. A mock is not there to make you realize that what is your score, what should be your ideal score, what is the topper scoring. Okay, though all those things are secondary, because it is a competitive exam, you should keep a little of those things in mind, but it is firstly for your own assessment. You should know where do you stand with your preparation, no matter how much time has it been since you have started preparing, but you should still be attempting mocks. And now coming to the frequency of mocks. So firstly, there are 3 months left, hardly 3 months I would say. And at this point, what is actually advised to almost all the students is that you should be giving 2 mocks per week. And those 2 mocks, I would suggest personally should be from 2 different sources, should be from 2 different institutes, because you don't know that who will be the person creating your CLAT paper. It will definitely not be any coaching institute, that is for sure. It is the CLAT consortium, and however the CLAT consortium makes the paper, you should be ready for every type of mock. That being said, I'm here with yet another surprise. I'm here to tell you a very efficient source from which you can attempt mocks. I have received this beautiful package from Oswald Books, which is a pack of 10 mock test papers for CLAT UG. Now let's get into the nuances of this book and understand how it is going to be helpful for us. First things first, let's look on to the contents page. It has a preface, tips and tricks to crack exams, overview of the exam, latest syllabus of CLAT, eligibility criteria, the cutoff for NLUs for the past 4 years, NIRF, which is National Institute Ranking Framework for all colleges, and trend analysis 2024 to 2020 of CLAT, basically analyzing what questions have been coming in the past 4-5 years of CLAT since the paper pattern has changed. Now let's look at what the next part contains. Firstly, it has the CLAT 2024 solved paper, which was the last year's paper, and then we have a set of 10 mocks. Let's have a look at the mock papers. This is the mock test paper 6. As in any or every mock, it has all the sections covered, all the questions. It also has an answer key, and it also has detailed explanation for every mock. Now let's look at how this detailed explanation is actually important. Now, since you guys know what source to use, let me tell you how to use it. First things first, you have to sit for the mock for 2 hours, and in those 2 hours, basically what happens even on CLAT day is that you have to fill your details, you have to fill your OMR, and you have to read and mark your answers all in those 2 hours. You don't get any extra time. So that is the first thing. Secondly, when you start giving mocks, there is no ideal sequence. Okay, this is a very big myth that there is an ideal sequence. There is no ideal sequence as such. Basically, you have to experiment with what works for you, what section, if you're solving first, is giving you less fatigue. You have to give break between sections that are fatigue inducing. You have to calm down. You have to sit, take breaks, 30-second or 1-minute breaks in the middle when you are feeling extremely tired. Those are just here and there tips and tricks. And now let's get on to how to analyze mocks, because solving mocks is totally up to you. There is no ideal strategy or sequence per se, because it's very different and it works very differently for a lot of people. I myself experimented for the entire 9 months of my preparation, and then on the final day I was able to figure out something. And also, Very importantly, you have to be very flexible with your sequence as well. If there is something that if your strongest section comes out to be the toughest section in the exam, then that is something you have to leave then and there, and you have to go on to the easier section, because CLAT is all about scoring marks. CLAT is all about it's just trying to test that within those 2 hours how many marks can you actually grab out of the paper. So you have to be flexible with your strategies. Now let's move on to how to analyze a mock. As I've shown you in the book as well, that there are detailed explanations to the answers of the questions. Now when you're solving the questions and when you sit for analysis, you have to start reading every answer. First of all, take your paper, take your OMR sheet and mark on the OMR sheet itself what are the correct answers and what answers did you go wrong. That itself gives you a tally of your score. If there is no other framework available for getting your score, this is what you can do, that you can take the answer sheet, you can correct your OMR sheet and you find out your score. Now that being said, that is not at all the important part. Now when you have received your score, you start by analyzing each and every section. You pick up every section, you read through what the answers were, you skim the passages once. Firstly, if you are taking English, skim the first passage, skim through the questions. Firstly, see what questions went right and check what the reasoning is given in the answer key, that is the explained version of the answer key. If your reasoning matches with the author, well and good, because at times it happens that your answer might be correct but your reasoning might be something that was different from the author or that was different from the creator. So that is also something that you should keep in mind, because at times if your answer is correct, okay, very good, but that will not always be the case. You have to ensure that your reasoning is correct as well. Now moving on to the wrong questions. This is something that you have to thoroughly analyze. And while sitting for analysis, you have to understand, you have to read through all the options and why the answer that you gave was incorrect and why the answer that you could not give was actually the correct answer. And if there were close options and what was the difference between those close options. You have to get into so much nuances. That is why it is always told that, it takes like about 2 hours to give a mock, but it takes almost 4 hours for analysis. This is why it takes almost 4 hours for analysis. Now you have to go on to the unsolved questions. First of all, pick those questions, solve them. No matter how much time it takes, solve them. Even if your answer is incorrect, solve them. When you solve them, after that, check the answer key for those questions and then look at the explanations. Firstly, you will understand that why it was taking so much time. Maybe there was a lot of difficulties, there were a lot of huge vocabularies, that is why you couldn't understand, or there was some other reason. You have to analyze that as well. Now that being done, your entire mock is now analyzed, and this is how you keep a track of what section, how is that section going, how much are you scoring, how much are you able to understand in that section, and what is your reasoning. Is your reasoning generally correct, or is your reasoning going out from what the author is actually thinking? These are all the factors that you have to consider while you're giving a mock. Otherwise, there is no point, there is no use of giving mocks, because mocks are all about your own assessment, about your own analysis. You don't have to lie to yourself when you're sitting for giving a mock. There is no teacher standing at your head with a stick telling you that should be your score, and if you don't score this much, then your life is over. No, it's not that way. Mocks are for your own analysis. And a very important question, very important doubt, I'm solving it then and there. Basically, I know there are sets of ideal scores when there are 3 months left, 2 months left. सब पूछते हैं कि कितना score आना चाहिए. Okay, I agree, there are sets of ideal scores. But then again, mocks are for your own analysis. You have to be true to yourself. And if you're not scoring as much, it does not mean that you won't score good in CLAT. I'll tell you my personal story. When I was giving mocks in September, my scores were between 65 to 70. I know, not very low, but again, the topper was scoring way better. And I was scared. I was scared at the time that, what will happen to me, because as you saw that the ranges of, CLAT scores, from where did they begin and from where did they actually end, there were very high cutoffs. So it all depends on the CLAT paper. It does not depend on the mock. Your coaching institute is not going to make the CLAT paper for you. It is going to be the consortium, so you don't have to worry on that. That being said, I'll see you guys in yet another video. Get ready and all the best. I hope this video helps you. I hope you analyze the mocks as I told you. Please do that, because before analysis, apart from that, there is hardly any scope for improvement. And also check out the book in the description. I know it will help you a lot. Trust me, I've gone through the book and it is really helpful. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.